Yeah, I had to do this thing like, oh, sorry. I had to do this thing like documentary wise. If you have to look at these videos you see here, we got two different rap beefs. This is called the rap beefs from the 90s and the 2000s. See, we got two other beefs that was emanated from beef one, not beef one. Got two rap beefs. One is from beef two. The other one is from uh from beef three. And you got these disses. You got the West Side Connection, made of Ice Cube, Mac 10, and WC. They're known as the gangster, the killer, and the dope dealer. And it's versus three other guys that you've seen that they already have known from the neighborhood. Uh, Be Real, DJ Muggs, and Sendog. They're known as Cypress Hill. See, these guys came up in the game in the early 1990s with their debut album. So it had a bunch of songs, it had a bunch of dope tracks on it. I started liking their music. They want to come up. So Ice Cube, Ice Cube. Let me tell you about Ice Cube. He he was on a come up in 1990 with his first album. His first album was called America's Most Wanted. So this that album came out before that was before Kill at Will. I think it was Death Certificate. I think it was The Predator. Let me see. Lethal Injection. A bunch of other shit. Uh, Bootlegs and B-sides. Uh, the Friday movie soundtrack that was out. Uh, well, he formed the West Side Connection. The West Side Connection has already been formed by Mac 10, and it's the formation. See, Mac 10 already came out with his debut album. Mac 10 came out with his debut album uh, in 1995. He had another album that came out um, based on a true story. The recipe. Let me see. The Hood presents. It's called presents the Hood. Let me see. They had I think it was Bango Ball, and I think um, Ghetto Gutter and Gangster, and you have these other albums. I think it was I don't know what other albums that he came out with. Let me go see. We'll go into the album collection. Hold on. Oh yeah, Salt White. Salt White. It's the last album that came out. I did not know that. I think it's after he got some sort of argument with the brother of Ice Cube's wife. So things in that nature. So the other albums that came from Ice Cube, I think it was something else. It was on the Players Club soundtrack. I think uh, he was featured in the movies like Anaconda. It was Dangerous Ground. He was in movies. He was in movies like Boys in the Hood. I think it was Trespass. Uh, other movies that he was featured in. I think it was shit. What's it? It was like higher learning with Busta Rhymes, uh, Regina King from 227, uh, Omar Epps from Juice, uh, Tyra Banks who was known for guest appearing on Fresh Prince, uh, and Michael Rappaport. So, and I think it was one of those people who got featured in this movie, uh, Trevor Smith. Trevor Smith Jr., who was also known as Busta Rhymes. If I remember him from the Leaders of the New School, and this was long before that group kind of split up, and then he went and did his own thing. His first album in '96 is called Coming. The second album they had Rudy Ray Moore featured in it. The third album, the ELE uh, Extinction Level Event album. Got other shit, a bunch of other shit that came out. So see, Ice Cube, he already had been featured in the movie Friday. I did not know he was on there. So then the song Friday, I think it reminds me of the song that Be Real, Muggs and Sin Dog had did. It's called Throw Your Sin in the Air, which that Ice Cube has stole from Be Real. I'll explain that to y'all here. Ain't no joke. He knows that song is already meant for Be Real and Muggs and Sin Dog. And so he had to go to them and say like, oh yeah, that guy did took our shit. So they went at Ice Cube uh, with a song called No Rest for the Wicked. That was from the album 3, Temples of Boom. I think it was something else here. I think it was after the Cypress Hill album, the Black Sunday album. I did not know that. So yeah, I know business is business, but come on. When you stole another song, you stole a song from somebody, you go get this for it. You go get this and get stumped down for it. But WC, he did sign a deal with a record label. It was in 1988. He did some stuff with Low Profile, and he was with Low Profile. It was a song. It was an album called "We're in This Together," and you know what I'm saying. 1989, WC got featured in Ice Cube's "What Can I Do" remix. That was from the original song. He was featured on he was featured on Death Certificate album. It was called My Skin's My Sin. I did not know that for sure. My Skin's My Sin. My Skin's My Sin. I did not even know that. What's funny to y'all? My Skin's My Sin is it's a song that Ice Cube had did with WC. You know, he got featured on it in 1991, and I think WC wasn't even featured on What Can I Do. I think he was already did a cameo of what can I do remix. Mac 10, he did a cameo on it, playing as the guy that wanted to rob a fast food joint. That didn't even do any good for for Cube. They got other shit there. See, then WC, he did some songs. He did some songs. I think it was like 1995. It was with the Mad Circle. It was called it was they had songs that was from Curb Server. They had 16 tracks. They got 17 tracks that was from I think it was from another album. I think it was let me see. Shit. Let me go find other shit. I think WC had I think WC had an album. Yeah, an album that came out after Curb Server. Oh, ain't a damn thing changed. Then he come out with an album called The Shadiest One. Don't even know why, but shit, that's some shit. Yeah, West Side Heavy Hits. I did not know what. I'm gonna check the shit out. Going to the music. See here. See, WC had that one album there with the Mad Circle, the 17 songs. He had that one album with them, had 16 songs before that. WC had like, you know, well, this from West Side Heavy Hitter. He did another album. He came out with another album that was called The West Side Heavy Hitter. Yeah, right there. West Side Heavy Hitter. Uh, he was in The Shadiest One, 1998. He was in Ghetto Heisman in 2002. I did not know that for sure. But Cypress Hill had some other albums that was from like, throughout 97, 98, 1999, 2000, whatever. I think all around the early 2000s over to that. Other albums after that. So there's some disses back and forth between these these uh these rap duos, like these rap trios. You know, the beef was over a song called "Throw Your Set in the Air." That was for the album uh 3, Temples of Boom. So we got other shit that's about to be uh put there right after doing this beef with them this video. We gotta do another beef. That was the game versus 50 Cent. So let's let's go to this beef here. Oh man, we got oh man, we gotta rewind this thing here. Let's go start this intro with the beef that was from beef two. West Side Connection versus Cypress Hill.
3 months later, I go to South Africa to do my movie. MACK on Cypress Hill on the radio. This.
The shit got pretty deep. I had people from inside coming to me.
I knocked him out, woke me back up, whooped on his ass. Somehow his chain fell in my hand. I don't know how I got in my hand, but my daddy was the gangster. That's how he gets still that. If you rob your dick, hold it all up into the crowd. Crowd go crazy. They go bananas off of it.
And we're like, well, shit, let's take pictures with it.
Nigga, you didn't take the chain. Nigga, why you wear it? They wouldn't have one. CYPRESS in LA. They get ran the fuck out of LA.
Let's go.
In the mid-1990s, a few years after leaving NWA and moving to New York, a feud erupted between rapper Ice Cube and Latin hip-hop group CYPRESS.
I always was down with him. He was always one of my favorites. And I said, if I'm gonna build my name, I want people to, look at me like they look at him or like they look at KRS-One.
Yeah. CYPRESS Be Real had long admired Ice Cube and were good friends with the group, with Be Real even being Cube's bodyguard at one time.
Always strapped up, had my vest on, sidearm at all times. I didn't give a fuck. And when I went to hang out with Cube, he didn't have any of his bodyguards hanging out when we would hang out. So, shit, I took over the duty. If somebody was gonna step to my dude, they were gonna have to deal with it.
Be Real was also tapped in to contribute to Cube's 1990 comedy film Friday.
That's the day off right, man.
Originally, I was supposed to be in that movie, but our manager fucked around and booked dates for us, in Europe, so I couldn't be in the movie. So I was supposed to be the Mexican homie that fucking smoked Chris Tucker's character out with fucking shirt stick.
Yeah.
They've
been looking for those guys right there. Friday movie? Looking for those guys right there.
I can't be in the fucking movie. My manager fucked up. I apologize, but we'll give you some music for the movie if you want. It was like, oh hell yeah.
Be Real invited Ice Cube to the studio to give him a song for the Friday movie titled Light It Up, Roll It Up, Smoke It Up.
We play him the song and he likes it. He goes, yeah, that's perfect. Me and Monks asked him, hey man, we got a couple of tracks from the album you want to hear.
We played the song called "Shorty Set in the Hair." And he's like, oh, that's bang. That shit is banging. Can I get that for the movie instead?
They're like, man, we'd love to give it to you, but this is gonna be the single on our album.
He said, all right, cool. So he said, can I hear it again? So we played it again for him.
Played it for him a couple times over because he wanted to hear it again.
Well, it was kind of like half-ass listening, half-ass talk.
Cube was impressed and wanted it for Friday, but the group refused to give it up. A few weeks later, Ice Cube released his single, Friday.
We took off on tour a number of months later, and our homies were calling us,
He says, hey man, did you give the song from your record for Friday thing? Like, yeah, the Get High song, yeah, we did that already. Why?
Slow it up a little bit.
The Throw Your Set and everything. I said, no,
Yeah,
I got that. Because, well, you
Gotta
know,
go
that
with
shit
this-
is
gotta
in
go with
his
this
chorus
thing.
in his song. So we're like, nah, crazy. Finally, I hear it. Sure enough, there it is. You know, the same. It's like some of the words are changed around, but for the most part, the chorus is the same. We just go back and forth.
Cypress Hill later fell due to the hook of one of their songs without permission for his movie's theme song, and immediately took offense feeling betrayed by Cube.
3 months later, I go to South Africa to do my movie. MACK 10 going to Cypress Hill on the radio. This.
Check Black calls me, asks me if, you know, why we're dissing him, and I said, hey man, you know, you guys feel like you snatched up the song.
It was a misunderstanding where they thought that I took one of their hooks, this, that, and other.
Sitting there telling me that he was, you know, he didn't do it. It's, you know, we're friends and this is hip hop and everything. And I thought, yeah, you know, it could happen. It's hip hop, you know. I said, you know what, let me talk to them. I'll straighten it out.
There was also another moment involving a crew connected to Ice Cube's camp. Be Real rocked up to a recording session with Cube and recorded some vocals, and then another problem occurred.
And I heard a couple lines that were the same things I used on the Temple of Boom record. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, that's my line. How the hell is it on this record? Like, damn, again. In my opinion, I felt like he saw my reaction, and I walked out of the booth for a second to make a phone call. When I came back, the line was gone. And I was thinking, oh, wait a minute, that line ain't there no more. Okay, I know I'm not tripping. So I come back and I have a talk with these guys again, months and said, hey, I think he really did take our shit.
Enraged by the perceived theft, Cypress Hill recorded No Rest for the Wicked.
Cube made a song called Wicked, which supposedly, you know, he stole from King's son from the Bronx.
That's King's son. That's King's son who's beat that Ice Cube and took from. Ice Cube done jacked him with that shit anyway. Ice Cube done took that shit from King's son. Tupac had already mentioned King's son in one of the songs, War Games. It was an unreleased song. King's son's the guy that Tupac mentioned who got swagger jacked by Ice Cube. Ice Cube done used that song Wicked. He took it from King's son.
Making it clear that the target was Cube, this marked the public start of the beef.
I remember Cube told me, man, he started to feel it. I thought it was your home.
What?
Because they was down. And he said, yeah, I thought it was my homies too, but them niggas was dead.
You know, me, I don't want no champ, nobody. You know, even though he's dog, you know, I feel like they should be dealt with the world.
It ain't no motherfucker.
Ice Cube, now backed by his West Coast supergroup WESTSIDE connection with MACK 10 and WC, retaliated on their debut album Bow Down in 1996. They dropped King of the Hill.
WESTSIDE Connection got two albums that's
and
out.
asserts Cube's dominance as King of the Hill.
WESTSIDE Connection got two. WESTSIDE Connection had about two albums that's out. The album Bow Down and the other album was called Terrorist Threats from 1996 to 2003. Yeah.
Every step of the way. To get your taxes down by a local TurboTax expert.
Con cost de colección se detiene. Combina el sistema de inmobiliario
God, you're a dick, man.
Basically the diss against us with him and Mac 10.
I had never met Be Real, Mug, Sin Gone, nobody from Cypress Hill. And it was blood. But I was with this nigga, so I didn't give a fuck.
And it was a pretty good diss, you know. I had to give it up on that one. It was all right.
WC refused to participate in the dissing of his friend Cypress Hill, so the diss track came mainly from Cube and Mac 10.
With his homeboys. So, you know, the stuff on that record.
Tell them the
Dub
one.
told me that he knew them. And that's why he stayed out of it with him. I
What?
don't give a fuck if I know you or not. That's the way I was raised, though. My daddy was gangster, and that's how he instilled that nigga. You ride with your nigga. Right or wrong. Talk about and tell a nigga how wrong he was later, after the fact. But if it's going down, nigga, you gotta ride with it.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody. Really ain't really who we on like that.
Uh-oh.
You hip hop, if you gonna cut you fucking junkies, think you gonna pump me and chill and deal with the fact that you ain't got enough skill to kill the king of the head.
The most difficult part about that shit was to say to him about Sin though. Sin even had a conversation with Cube and said, Cube, man, I remember no bathroom. I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. And we still went on. Because that's how gangster it was at the time. And we didn't know was that set up or what, but we just covered all bases. Fuck Sin Dog too.
I already knew about the diss before it came out. I had the lyrics sent to me from unknown sources.
The day after it came out, he just took a beat, killed them all.
Not to be outdone, Cypress Hill answered back again with Ice Cube Killer, an unofficial diss track aimed squarely at Cube and Westside Connection.
Basically did what Cube had been known to do other people, you know, which is jack their beats and just diss the shit out of them over it, you know.
Give me that beat, bitch.
We are at war.
Damn, motherfucker.
In it, Be Real does a crazy verse on Cube, including an intro by a Cube sound-alike to make a joke of him, escalating the beat to his peak.
I thought that shit was wet. That shit couldn't fuck with King of the Hill.
They dissed me at the LA Sports Arena car
Oh,
show.
well, they got that
you know,
dude.
Like 40,000 people there, you know. And then I did.
Oh, they got
some
that
shit
dude from
on
Ice Cube's group.
Rap Sheets pay-per-view where
They
I
got that
had
dude from
this
Ice
shirt
Cube's group.
crossed out with big red
Oh,
X.
no,
If
man.
you didn't stay confined to music, the bad blood seeps into the streets and media.
You know, I had people from his side coming to me. You know.
At the Power 106 Powerhouse
Wait, they
concert,
talk about
Westside
Solo.
Connection was met with hostility. Some angry fans
They talk about Solo and Cam, cuz. They talk about Solo and Cam.
Group on stage.
Out of the Latin people when I came in, you know, we're gonna ride for you on this one. You just say the word.
They would not want to see Cypress Hill in LA. They get ran the fuck out of LA. Dead up. The SA go to the streets in LA.
Give me that beat, bitch.
Knocked him down, knocked him out, woke him back up, whooped on his ass. Somehow his chain fell in my hand. I don't know how I got in my hand, but it fell in my hand. Then all of a sudden his Rolex started jumping off and coming into my hand. I don't know how I got it. Crowd go crazy. They go bananas off of it.
And we're like, well, shit, let's take pictures with it.
Wait, with Kim and Solo?
Nigga, you didn't take the chain, nigga. Why you wear it? What you proving, nigga? How many brownie points you get for that, nigga?
Shit.
You didn't take it. That's the way I felt at the time.
It was a pretty interesting time because, you know, it created a lot of a split here in LA between black and browns, you know.
Rather than hide the incident, Solo fronted it. That same night, Cypress Hill had the show at LA's House of Blues. Fontino showed up wearing Ice Cube's stolen chain in front of the crowd alongside Be Real.
You ain't take it?
This was the
You ain't even take that shit?
victory on Cypress Hill's behalf.
You ain't took that
The
chain?
chain snatching was not a random robbery. It was tied to the ongoing rap beef between Cypress Hill and Cube.
How many brownie points you get for that, man?
Effectively acting on behalf of Cypress Hill. The altercation became part of the Cube vs Cypress Hill feud narrative, proving that bad blood had spilled from wanks to real life. Remarkably, no police reports or legal actions emerged from the brawl. It remained an off-the-street record incident. However, word of the fight spread quickly in the East Coast rap community. It was an embarrassing story for Ice Cube, one of the era's biggest rap stars, and for years it lived as an underground rumor. chain snatching became a well-known proof of just how intense the Cube vs. Cypress Hill feud became. Within Cypress Hill's circle, it was seen as payback for Cube's diss tracks and comments. While Cube himself has rarely, if ever, spoken publicly about being robbed by Solo, the story's persistence speaks volumes. For Cypress Hill fans, it was almost a full victory. For Cube's camp, an unfortunate episode best forgotten. Decades later, the bad blood from the incident had cooled. Sean Fontino had since made peace with Ice Cube, just as Cypress Hill did. In 2013, when Fontino's role as GTA 5's Franklin brought him back into the spotlight.
Oh, damn. Why you play the character? Oh, he got that game, bro.
The story was covered by news outlets, quickly went viral on forums.
Oh, he got the trilogy with yeah.
In a way,
with GTA, with GTA Vice City and San Andreas and GTA 3 and all that. Man.
The fact that one of their voice actors actually lived a gangster moment became a compelling trivia point. Within the hip hop community, the revival of the story prompted nostalgia for 90s hip hop.
Somebody gave me B-Real number. It said B-Real want to holler.
He asked me, so what's he gonna take for you and Q to squash this? I said, just like you, all you gotta do is call me and we'll talk it out.
And I explained to him where I was coming from. Niggas, I don't got nothing to do with it, but that's my homeboy that I'm riding with. And he said, you know what, homie? I can respect that. I can't even get mad at you. I respect that. If that's where you coming from with it, man, I respect that.
Q called me like on I think it was January 1st in '97. Like, hey, what's going on, man? Let's talk this thing out, And so I said, yeah, all right. Before we talk this out, this is why I did what I did, because I want you to really know that, this ain't for nothing. The shit we've been talking is pretty heavy, so we can go on, keep doing this, and sooner or later we'll run into each other. It's a small world. If you want to squash it right now, we can squash it. I'll never say any fucked up thing about you as long as you stick to that, and we'll be friends again, and maybe shit, we'll work together and do something.
When we see B-Real right now, he's come hang with us right now, man. He did his food. For real, because we got past.
I like Ice Cube show. I'm a big fan. I was bumping into them, telling you, if I see anything right now.
Definitely, there's no beef whatsoever. I mean, when I squashed it with him, and I said my piece, that was it. MACK 10 2.
On the 1st of January 1997, B-Real and Ice Cube officially squashed their beef, putting an end to the Cypress Hill WESTSIDE connection war. As a public sign of reconciliation, Ice Cube and B-Real teamed up along with others on Shaquille O'Neal's 1997 single, Men of Steel.
They got War and Peace and all. Ice Cube did War and Peace, volumes 1 and 2.
Cube and B-Real trading verses on the same track proved the hatchet was buried.
We not had our shit problem.
He did Laugh Now, Cry Later,
Together to work that out.
Walk, Footage,
Maybe
I Am the West, periodically.
It's a lot of problems here, in Southern California, with Black and Latinos, with this, that, and the other. And, and hopefully this right here just be that stepping stone to get everything squashed. And Black and Black, definitely. I mean, both of us, we have a lot of influence on our communities and everything.
They squashed this. I mean, be real, Ice Cube squashed the beat.
We was beating each
all
other.
this over song though. That's what made it squashed in '97.
We need to be down together rather than confusing each other.
Tommy Davidson decided to interview them.
All people who are listening to what we have to say. So, it's like
I had a lot of respect for Tommy Davidson.
Our differences and look at the bigger picture. We go back a ways.
He was in other movies like More Money and things like that.
Formed together on tour dates, something unimaginable.
They squashed it anyway.
It didn't start over diss tracks. It started over trust.
Still obscure.
Eventually did what Pride couldn't. They squashed it. And the craziest part, it all circles back to the movie Friday. A movie that
this is a Friday song.
That it went from music to real life. Sometimes it's so real it ends up sounding like a GTA mission.
Hey, come on, bro, don't do that.
You try to get crazy with this scene. Don't you want to look cool?
All right. I got another beef I had to go play for y'all too. On. Yeah, shit. Shit. Mm. Here's another rap beef that came from beef 3. The Game versus 50 Cent.
50 from the game, from your big homie game. Please, man, stop telling all people. Nah. And then he says, what, Banksy's? Well, at the end of the day, my shit got shot. Well, guess what? You don't fucking kick me out of the crew.
Well, a member of 15 Cent's entourage is recovering today from a gunshot wound.
Come on, gang, you'll never be my equal. Your homie shoot dogs, I'm the G&G. You only say,
Yeah, I said Trap likes to take guns.
One of 50 Cent's associates has sources.
Wait, is that Jimmy Hitchens' son?
Your family members,
Hey, Trap.
January 2005,
Yeah, son.
the Game had just released his debut album.
What was his daddy?
50's featured on hits like How We Do,
This is how we do.
Hey Yo, Love It.
I'm at 70 and I ain't going nowhere so you can get to know me.
However, 50 Cent later admitted he felt sidelined by the Game's sudden success, noting that his scope's energy seems to shift towards the Game's West Coast buzz right when 50 was geared up to drop his own album, The Massacre, in February. This laid the groundwork.
That album's gonna get killed by the documentary in one fell swoop, bro. Documentary's killing the massacre. Well, who cares?
New York stated he had no issues with the rappers 50 Cent was beating.
I think High 97 talked to Funk Flex or something, and they asked me, they were like, 50 got beef with Jadakiss, Fat Joe, and Nas. The second time I came to New York,
I ain't no time to touch on that one.
With a North Face on and some Timbs, and Kiss took me to Yonkers, nigga, DMX had dogs out. This nigga DMX.
Yeah, Oregon dogs.
Later on, I run into Nas coming out to Houston. This nigga Nas, and Nas was like, yo. He was like, yo, you next, son. Fast forward, I'm on High 97, Funk Flex asking me, where am I in the beef? But number one, I don't even know these niggas got beef. Number two, Jada just picked me up yesterday. Right. But I look like flashing on him. Right. Nas, I just saw Nas in Houston, and Joe is my man. I didn't know 50 never, me and 50, we never talked about his beef, saying we didn't like it. He never gave us the G in the hamburger and said, fuck these niggas. Because then I would have had a real conversation like, yo, Philip, what about Jada just picked me up? Right. Then he would have said, fuck them niggas. I would have said, fuck them, but I would have fell back from him. This is the team I'm riding with.
At the time, those eyes were targets of 50's upcoming diss track, Piggyback.
The lead said a milkshake, bring all the boys to the yards, and Nas went to tattoo the bitch on his arm.
The Game was a G-Unit member, and he was
Wait, Jadakiss is on the album.
By Joe,
Jadakiss is on the cameo.
So nobody never told me that the group was beefing with Nas.
Jadakiss was in that New York song.
So I was
trying to rule Fat Joe and them.
Got nothing to do with it. And to be perfectly honest, me and 50, we were in a group, but I wasn't in it for that long, and we weren't friends. Right. They just threw me in the group, and I appreciated the alley-oop, but we weren't homies. So a lot of people get misconstrued. They think that like we were best friends or something. I didn't trade this friendship or something like that. But what I did was stay loyal to my the people that like I listened to coming up.
Yeah. Here's a player against a rap, the Game. Here's a player against a rap.
You know how sometimes you're in a situation
It's henchman.
anything could spark something to happen. And it was there, it been there.
This has been one of my own boys from, the early
Oh, 50 got beef with him. Why? 50 got beef with Joe.
I guess the spark was when Game said he didn't have no problem with Nas or them other guys. That was that spark that I guess that 50 felt was the last straw, and it was time to execute.
I felt like when you were saying with disrespect on the radio, everybody
Awesome.
differences with at this point is cool with it.
While Game was overseas, he was hearing things that 50 was saying, and then the Vibe magazine came out.
I ain't gonna controversial things that's been said and what's going on with these radio stations.
Look,
But,
yeah.
guarantee you,
Look for everything died for nothing. Black Wall Street.
G-Unit is here, 50's here, and Game can be anywhere in between that and probably even bigger.
Who
And
knows?
you can't suppress that. You can't suppress that with just G-Unit.
I want to be on Dre's level, on Eminem's level. I want to be respected as that. And I don't think 50 respected me in that aspect. I think he wanted me to be a G-Unit soldier, which I'm not.
On air, 50 sounding man claimed he saved Game's career and that he was earning more money from the documentary than the Game himself. He said the Game might as well go making songs with Nas since he's gone from G-Unit.
So the next thing I get, I'm kicked out the group. Well, guess what? You don't fucking kick me out of the group. I'm the G.
He got a whole coast that he represents. So it ain't the same thing. These ain't no guys out of your neighborhood in Queens. This is a guy who has a whole coast that didn't have anything for 10 years.
I don't even know how this whole beat came apart with me and it came about with me and them because we're all under the same roof. But he started it, and you know, I was ready to finish it.
Well, a member of 50 Cent's entourage is recovering today from a gunshot wound. The 24-year-old Los Angeles man was reportedly shot.
Oh, that was
in the
Kevin.
leg last
That was that
night
nigga Kevin.
in the lobby of a
Shit.
Manhattan radio station.
Who shot him in the leg?
We didn't have cars. We just hopped out of
It's that nigga Kevin.
and we went up there trying to, defuse something and talk to a guy that didn't want to talk. He remained upstairs in the radio station and sent security, man.
And he got hit.
The group was exiting the building,
got
they
hit.
were leaving, and they started to argue, and someone
That's what Game's homie, Kevin.
He was not injured.
This Game's homie Kevin.
Victim is in stable.
He got hit.
No arrest.
He got hit in the snow, cuz.
When security came down and they seen, 30 Black Wall Street guys outside and they started shooting at the ground. Some shots skidded up off the ground and hit my man in his leg a couple times. People say, they like to say it was 50 Cent, shot one of Game's, cohorts or whatever, but that's not what happened. 50 Cent went out the back door of the radio station and they secured our security, which were more than likely NYPD.
You got 30 niggas at the door, cuz.
They felt they were scared, so they pulled out guns. The dude got the shooting at the ground, skidded up, hit Kevin, was bleeding in the snow, and I felt embarrassed when what happened. And I felt like letting all my guys down and leaving them in that, in that situation where we had to retreat because we were out of gun.
My whole thing to Game was, if we do this, if you do this, we fuck hip hop up. And it's hard for me to say that because I come from the streets too. For me to look at Game and say, dude, you shot your friend, but don't do anything. When we come from a culture of, you shoot me, I shoot you back. You kill one of my friends, I kill two of your friends.
Yeah.
You kill three of my friends. That's how we understand the resolution of it. And that's why I have to commend Game, because we talked them out of going that route.
Following the violent incident of event, both artists under pressure from music executives and community leaders to resolve the conflict. In an unexpected move, just a week later, they held a press conference in Harlem on the anniversary of Biggie's death to publicly call a truce. Both rappers spoke about putting egos aside and promoting peace.
I just want to apologize on behalf of myself, 50 Cent, and to the fans, the radio stations, our labels, and I'm always ashamed to have participated in things that went on the last couple of weeks.
In the shadow of the untimely death of Biggie, today marks the anniversary of his death. We're here today to show people can rise above even the most difficult circumstances, and together we can put negativity behind us. I feel like this is an opportunity for people to see us make peace.
For them guys to say, you know what? I got a choice. I can do what I been doing when something like this happened, or I can not mess up a game that is getting us paid. And that ain't only for the money. We're talking about a whole generation that if a retaliation would have happened, especially if it was a casualty, that would have been like how Pac and Biggie was, the whole game would have been crushed.
We making a statement that is a lot louder than the sound of just two voices, and we showing that you can control your destiny, not only your destiny but your future. I feel like that I'm out of a situation where I was muffled. You know what I'm saying? And like muffled like a killer dog, and muffled like they do, horses. Man, I feel like now that I'm out of that situation, I can breathe a little bit, and I'm able to do the things that I want to do as far as my company and my career is concerned. Because being over there, I guess it just wasn't a thing for me.
So now, do we call Game a fake gangster rapper only because he didn't retaliate when 50 or whoever did something to one of his friends? Or do we commend him for being a man, to standing up and saying, you know what, this is bigger than me, for understanding history of hip hop and saying, you know what, I'm not going to take that route, but I'm going to go ahead to a press conference and I'm going to take these pictures and I'm going to give a speech from my heart. Does that make him less of a gangster rapper? You know what I'm saying? And that's our response. Do we encourage the bull crap and then criticize it later? Or do we encourage, hey, and commend and say, yo, you did the right thing by doing what you did? Because it was really in Game's hand. It could have went either way. Trust me, it could have been terrible.
Spider-Man's 2005 Peace Summit, the bad blood soon resurfaced.
Okay, it got resurfaced. Now what? Now what? Seriously, man. Come on, man. Oh, get Gordon and get it done, okay? Just get that shit off of YouTube, man. What's wrong with you people at Halsey, bro?
You okay?
Back off.
Diagnosed with Crohn's disease and struggling with your symptoms, it's not too soon to talk to your doctor about it too.
Within a couple of months, A150 was shown in the gaming magazines and interviews, and it was clear the feud was far from over.
Can't add my tongue for the longest, man. You know what I'm saying? I try to just bury it every day, and hopefully, hope that it go away. You know what I'm saying? But they kept handing me out. You know what I'm saying? Every chance they get, on the radio talking shit, but we trash. You know what I'm saying? Garbage, 50 in magazines, just shitting on me every chance they get. They were on a radio station in New York saying they put me together like Mr. Potato Head, some funny shit. I thought it was funny too, but of course not funny. What happened when the legs go out? You know what I'm saying? So now it's like it's full-fledged. You know what I'm saying? I thought that the peace conference or the peace whatever we held with at the Harlem Boys Choir, with them at that spot in New York. I thought after that, 50 would have learned something, took something away from that, and realized that he got family and kids and a whole business to run, and separate the bullshit from the business aspect, the music. But he didn't. I just kind of stayed quiet for a while. But and at 97, the summer jam, man, I had enough. You know what I'm saying? I was in New York, and me, I ain't never really wanted to run away from no bullshit. So I just aired them out.
New York Mets fitted hat and New York Mets jersey. You got the Mets hat, Mets jersey, bro? You got a Mets jersey and a Mets hat? Oh, man. Game's dissing G Unit live on concert. He's dissing them. Oh, it's a parody of G Unit. G Unit. This is what they're wearing. This is what they're wearing. Throw all that shit out in front of the crowd.
Openly mocking 50 Cent's G-Unit brand.
Looks like a parody.
Performance songs without.
It was a parody.
I mean, what's that black man said to you, Chuck? Turning up in the happens or Hunks?
No, it's good, man.
Who does these songs?
Hurricane.
Okay.
I'm Vermont once. Hurricane also Eagle.
Yeah.
He doesn't like 50 too much, man.
So what happens?
He says mean stuff, man.
Getting went on stage and did a concert in Long Beach.
And then he says, look, thanks. Then one bucket.
The gorilla. Game was way in Long Beach. Trying to call out all the members of the G Unit. He called the members of G Unit in a Long Beach concert. He called them out.
Stop fucking with me. Nah.
Not long after the game released, the
He called them out.
His 50-minute freestyle tagging 50 Cent.
He called those guys out at a concert in Long Beach.
At the end of the day, man, you making y'all fucked up, man. Because you can't do people like that, man. Not this life, man. Not 2005, man. I think it's just too hard, man. It don't matter how many fans you got out there with you and how many, you know what I'm saying, police you got around you.
Who cares?
We ain't safe on American soil.
No, they ain't.
I ain't safe. You ain't safe. You ain't safe. Yeah. 50 for damn sure ain't safe.
50 Cent continued to belittle game in the media and in music. G-Unit affiliates filed their own tracks on mixtapes, like 300 Shots, responding to the game's 300 bars. Game released a DVD titled Stop Snitching, Stop Lying.
Take her.
What you gonna tell them?
Stop. Look, tell me what you know. You won't have to do any time. Lord already done told us. All I need.
Nah, 50. What the fuck is wrong with you? Nah, 50. What the fuck is wrong with you? Damn.
What's wrong with you? 50 Cent first game beef was in full swing once again.
When I went to do anything, like violent, or I set my mind to a beef, or I was in it wholeheartedly, and I already know that death could be the outcome, but I did not kill him. I'm from Compton, and that's just how it was.
For the next several years, the two artists continued to take shots at each other, both in songs and in the press.
The whole world of your stitch. Your whole family knows your stitch. Even your son knows your stitch, nigga.
50 Cent for the most of it responded with online songs.
The kills, where you get, man?
Then in 2007, the feud spilled into the streets. In 2007, the conflict escalated when Jimmy Henchman Roseman, the game's manager, had his 14-year-old son assaulted in Manhattan.
You made headlines, you were in the news yourself when you were 14, 6 years ago, when one of 50 Cent's associates assaulted you.
The attackers were Tony Yale, a close G-Unit associate of 50 Cent. The game's manager's son was slapped in broad daylight. Jimmy Henchman became obsessed with revenge.
At the end of the
He
day,
got hit by no limb.
he got slapped, right?
That's no
His
him.
whole family.
That's Lodi Mack that smacked that dude up, bro.
In the aftermath, a spree of violence came from his side. He allegedly ordered the shooting at the homes of people close to Junior, including spraying bullets into Tony
Oh, Yale's mama house.
or Yale's sister.
Yale's mama house, bro.
Everybody got kids. I understand.
Yale's mama's house, bro.
But at the end of the day, once she got shot up,
Yale's mama's house.
I don't.
Yale's mama's house.
Too much of that, but at the end of the day, if you slap somebody's kids, I expect them to go.
Henchman's desire for payback focused
Oh,
on building
nigga dead. The nigga dead.
violence with Yale during the slap incident. Fletcher finished serving
This nigga
his
dead.
sentence for the assault in September
He
2009.
dead.
But just 2 weeks later after his release, he was ambushed and murdered in the Bronx.
He ended up going to jail, and then he was killed once he got out. Your dad was actually indicted this summer for his murder along with some other men. Do you feel that your dad had something to do with this? To my knowledge, no.
Jimmy Henchman was convicted for that murder in 2014 after multiple trials. He received life in prison plus 30 years for the murder of Lodi Mack.
You slap my son, I'm coming to see you. Period. And I can't speak for Jimmy or his actions or anything that he did or said he did or didn't do. It's not me. But I know that I have a son, and it gets real serious when we get talking about my kids. The jokes go out the window. It's about life. And I would trade my life 10 times over so that they can breathe for another, I don't know, 24 hours if it was my choice. So if you slap my son, you might meet your maker. That's just me.
During the 2009 period, the game seemed to suffer. He publicly stated he wants to apologize to 50 as a man.
Bigger man, I don't care. You can take it and say things. Apologize, but take it and say, oh, man, sorry. Apologize for this, not that. Yes, I'm apologizing to me, to him, to Dre, to JIV, to Eminem, to our fans. Because when you think about what these folk was, we were children, and we were there.
There was no immediate reply from 50, and that apology was undercut by 50's so disrespectful diss that November.
Come on, gang, you'll never be my equal. Your homies shoot dogs, my niggas shoot people.
Back and forth nature of the feud continued into 2010. The feud became a war of words and distance for years, and by 2015, a full decade had passed into their split. Then the real breakthrough came in August 1st, 2016. Both men happened to be at the Ace of Diamonds strip club in Los Angeles and ended up in the same VIP area.
Oh, and big game over there.
Wife 100. Well, games manager, Wife 100. He's been asked about the beat.
12 minutes. It was open. It was clear. I don't know what the hell they was talking about. So we couldn't, they couldn't each other's ear.
He's the guy that did the show with Adam 22. He did a show with Adam 22. He would remember the beat real quick.
Back in the junior days it was all peace at the end of the day. We had amicable conversation because that was our relationship. We was face to face. You know what I'm saying?
That's no more.
Mr. Screw.
Man, that's no more, dude.
We can't see each other.
That's no more.
So that's why, on his Instagram page or on mine, niggas can say what they want to say. If you get in my face, I'm going to show up as like Curtis. I'm going to show up as Jason because
Take that, man.
Another, we were friends. And we made great
By 2016, the beef was finally over. Not because anyone won, but because both men survived.
This little fish. Go on. Yeah. This little finished and done, folks. Had to get that shit paused the fuck up. Don't know about any of that, man, but I apologize to you two viewers for the blow up that happened way in the front row. I apologize. That's it for for these rap beefs. That was from the 1990s, all the way to the 2000s. See, the one rap beef that was from like the 1990s is WESTSIDE Connection versus Cypress Hill. So, see, other shit here. All the other shit here. See, Ice Cube has like a discography. They have In the Movies, got The Essential, have War and Peace, volumes 1 and 2. You have the Players Club soundtrack, the Friday soundtrack, Dangerous Ground soundtrack. He was on it. Other soundtracks, and they had, Ice Cube had a lot of solo stuff. America's Most Wanted, Kill at Will, Death Certificate, The Predator, Lethal Injection, bootlegs and B-sides, you know what I'm saying? West Side Connection, not West Side Connection, Mac 10's debut album, um, his first debut album, his second debut album, Mac 10 Presents the Hood, um, The Recipe, Bango Ball, I think it was Soft White. Bango Ball, I think it was uh, Ghetto Gutter Gangster, and um, yeah. Um, the compilation album, yeah, the whole banging compilation album, I think, um, and the Soft White. So we have all this other shit. West Side Connections albums, Bow Down, the album, and Terrorist Threats from 1996 to 2003. Last two albums to date. Um, Dub C, their album with Low Profile in 1989. Dub C, Mad Circle had two albums. Curb Serve and They Had Damn Thing Changed. WC did a solo project. It was called The Shadiest One. Um, well, they had the best of West Side Connection album. They had 18 songs in it. Including a song that they did with Master P. They did a song with Master P. It's called Bangin'. So they have the WC did come out with if it was called the West Side Heavy Hitter. He came out with the Ghetto Heisman. Yeah, that was out before West Side Connection's Terrorist Threats album. So and Ice Cube was on a comeback. So with Laugh Now, Cry Later, um, raw footage, I think. I think they had the essentials in the movies. Um, yeah, he really did a soundtrack for Trespass, so and Boys in the Hood, so on the Players Club, yeah, Friday, yeah. So I don't know about Higher Learning. I don't know if they had soundtrack, but they had soundtrack for it. But he was featured. Him and Dr. Dre are featured in the song called "Natural Born Killers." That was from Death Row's "Murder Was the Case" soundtrack album with a cameo from Tupac playing as the sharpshooting sniper. So we got some other shit that was out there. Ice Cube been featured in movies. You know, that's all good. But he did some family movies too. So one of the movies that he got featured on it was Janky Promoters, First Sunday. I feel it was yeah. He was doing 3 Friday movies. You know what I'm saying? they're looking to go do a fourth Friday movie. I heard they doing they about to go do a fourth and final Friday movie. It was called Last Friday. It was with Ice Cube himself. It was Ice Cube himself and Chris Tucker and Mike Epps, who was a performer and a comedian. So, but all the other things that the Ice Cube was doing, Ice Cube was doing some other movies. He was in Long Shots. It was in Triple X. It was Triple X Two, I think. Know what I'm saying? That's a lot of stuff. Mac 10, he was featured in films like I'm About It, Thicker Than Water, that Thicker Than Water. Uh, it was 100 kilos. Don't even know why, but I don't know if it was 100 kilos, but he wasn't on one. He was in the movie with I think it was with CJ Mack, I think. Um, yeah, yeah, that's about it. So WC, he did get featured on the movie Set It Off with I think it was with Queen Latifah, Dr. Dre, Jada Pinkett Smith, uh, Vivica Fox, Blair Underwood, Charlie Robinson, I think. Yeah, who else was there? And it was John McGinley. It was John McGinley, and who else was on there? Blair Underwood. Well, how many appearances he had? And I think he kind of guest appeared on Moesha with Master P. So I didn't even know WC was on there. I think he guest appeared along with Ice Cube and Mac 10 on the Jamie Foxx show, on the Jamie Foxx show. So it dates back to Ice Cube's friendship with Jamie Foxx, dated back to the Players Club movie with with Alex Thomas, and three people that they're now resting in peace. Bernie Mac, Charles Murphy Jr., and John Amos. They're featured in the they're featured in the movie. Monica Calhoun and Lisa Ray, they were in the movie. Yeah, the lady who played a lady who played some stripper. Yeah, she was in there. It was Show Underwood who was featured in the movie. I did not know that. Either was Show Underwood being featured in the movie. I don't even know. I'll I'll find the Players Club on Players Club. Players Club. Yep, Crystal Wilson. That's Crystal Wilson. That's the name. Oh look, one of those people else there, Crystal Wilson. She played this character named Ronnie Tricks. She was portrayed by comedian Adele Gibbons. So Dick Anthony Williams, he's dead. He's dead now. Bernie Mac, Bernie Mac, Anthony Johnson. Um, who was this there? Charles Murphy Jr., uh, John Amos, yeah, and Zeus, and they're all dead now. They're all dead now, except for the ones that was there. They're alive. It was Ice Cube, Badger Dojola, Face on Love, Big Boy, I think, Greg McDonald, Bruce Collins, Kenya Williamson, Nigel Thatch, Michael Duncan. He's dead now. Master Pete, he's alive. Samuel Monroe. He played this character named Junior. I think I see him on Set It Off in Minister Society. Keith Burke is in there, Jimmy Woodard, Jossie Dacker, Melania Masters, Ursula Houston, Satari, Roy McCoy, Alex Thomas. He was in there. Ron Meiser is in there, yeah. Uncle Luke, who had to be Luther Campbell, he's alive. He's on there. He's from the Two Live Crew. He was in it. Who else was on there? Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard. He was featured in the movie. Uh, Bettina Ray. Tracy Jones. Tracy Sherelle Jones is in there. Jamie Foxx is in there. Annie O'Donnell was in it. Monica Calhoun was in there. Owen Williams, uh, who was already in the movie. He played the little boy. Monte Russell, yeah, they were in there. They were in this movie. So Julianne Elder, I remembered so much about her from her guest appearance on Martin, and she stepped in to play as the second Harriet Winslow. She played as Harriet Winslow, the very second Harriet Winslow on Family Matters. Uh, Lisa Ray, she was already in it. But I think I remember her from. I remember so much. I remember her from the Toss It Up video. With it was with one of the members of Jodeci and Tupac. So the people that you see on there were already in the film. I had nothing against the film. The film was already a classic. So we had to learn all this from other people. So other things that don't happen with all the films, you already had to watch those films. So that's a lot of movies that you had to watch. Got to learn all this from the gate. So yeah, I'm about to go jump on back into Call of Duty Warzone. That's it for the rap beefs from the 1990s and the 2000s. James Coleman, and I'm out.